Hey guys, this is JJ Halloween Guy, here today to review for you the Gemmy 2008 Hannibal lecter from the movie Silence of the Lambs. This was sold at Spirit Halloween 2008, and let me tell you, it is probably my favorite animatronic of all time, and of course my favorite animatronic in my collection. The reason I like it so much isn't just because it's licensed to an awesome movie, but because they put so much effort into this animatronic, in my opinion. First of all, the look is just awesome. He's pretty movie accurate, and to me, they just put a lot of, attention to detail into it. Like, they didn't have to give it real pockets back here. These are not real. Oh, no, yeah, this one's a real pocket. And then underneath the straitjacket, I think there's another pocket. Yeah, it feels like it. And then this is like a real straitjacket. You can actually tighten and loosen it, which I think is awesome. And you can't actually see it, but underneath the straitjacket, they do have colored molds of like hands in here, and arms as well. So, it's actually detailed under there if you ever want to take the straitjacket off. As for up here, as you can see, they kept the jumpsuit collar tucked out, which I think is awesome because, again, it just is a lot of attention to detail, as well as, of course, the most detailed part of it, the face, which includes hair that isn't necessarily the most movie accurate, but the reason that they did that is because short hair would not have looked very good on an animatronic. Also, if you just look at the face, as you can see, it's obviously got the mask from the movie, and that's another great part about this guy is the animation. During the activation, his mask flips down, and it reveals this face mold, which I think looks absolutely amazing. It looks spectacular. It looks just like Anthony Hopkins, obviously. And I think they really, they were very on point with the detailing for this thing. Both face mold, clothes, and of course the classic Gemmy base, as well as these shoes. One other thing that I feel like a lot of people don't know is that his head is actually a plastic mold. I know a lot of people think that it's latex, but when you actually get him, it is plastic, which is surprising to a lot of people. I'm going to come down to the base quickly, as always. These shoes can actually come undone. I believe there's a little bit of glue holding it in on the rims here, and then there's Velcro on the back of the shoe, and if you undo the Velcro and then take the glue off, obviously, you can actually take the shoes off, and underneath these shoes are the classic Gemmy shoes that I think props like Graves the Fat Butler and Count Vigor wear. So that's kind of cool. As you can see, his base is pretty dusty. I forgot to dust it off before this review. But here's the sensor, which does work. I just have it on button mode right now. It has a Try-Me jack because it was sold at Spirit Halloween, and they wanted all their animatronics to have Try-Me jacks. In the middle here, that little thing right there is the sound sensor, I believe. And back here is the on and sensor switch, as well as the adapter jack. He takes a 9-volt, 1.5 amp or 1500 milliamp adapter, which is plugged in right now. I believe it's the original adapter. I'm not too sure on that. Now, I do actually have the original box for this guy, but it's buried in the very back of my storage. So I can't really get to it right now, but that's okay. I'll show that in a separate video if you guys want me to. It is a very detailed box as well. Very cool looking. I'm just going to show the back here quickly, which I don't normally do, but as you can see, it's still they kept the detailing on the back. There are straps. These are all adjustable straps. You can make them tighter or looser. I have them pretty tight, but I know that does kind of make the animation a little bit slower, if you will. His body turn, I mean. It makes it a little slower when the straps are on tight, but that's okay. I do have it a little loose, though, so it still does turn, of course. But yeah, I just overall think that Gemmy did a spectacular job on this. They just put a lot of detailing in. They didn't skimp out on anything. He's not cheaply made. He's amazing. His quality is great. Because, I mean, this is from 2008, and he still fully works. Although, I did have to do a minor repair to the mask. And then, during my repair for the mask, I accidentally, somehow, the motor for the eyes broke. I'm not even sure how a motor just randomly breaks like that, but it did. and I replaced the motor to the eyes and then grabbed a new gear for the mask, and that was all I had to do. And now he fully works again, which is great. When I got him, the only thing that didn't work was the mask. So I did, obviously, the repair for that. And he's just an overall great prop. Like I said, I love the attention to detail. You can see the eyebrows. Kind of, if you zoom in a lot on the eyebrows, it kind of looks like pencil. But, you know, that's fine. From afar, it looks just fine, obviously. And then his head is a little shiny, which I think kind of resembles sweat. And that is done on purpose because the rest of the face isn't shiny, just the forehead. So I do think that they did it on purpose. And then his eyes are extremely detailed. As you can see, it's that kind of bluish gray. And it's got, I don't even know how to describe it, but it looks like a real eye. They did a lot of detailing on him. To me, they put probably the most effort in on this guy and a couple of other characters from Gemmy, like Leatherface, the Michaels. They did a lot of detailing on those. So, without further ado, I will now play his phrases, which are movie phrases, but I believe they were re-recorded. But it sounds just like Anthony Hopkins, so it's okay. Ooh, hold on a minute. Give me a second here. Okay.
Closer, please. Closer.
Sorry about that. I accidentally unplugged the adapter when I was looking at the bass.
Well, hello, Clarice. A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. I have a few conditions of my own. Quid pro quo, I tell you things, you tell me things. Just one more thing. Love your suit. You still wake up sometimes, don't you? Wake up in the dark and hear the screaming of the lambs. I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner. I know now that they will never ever let me out while I'm still alive. Closer, please. Closer. Well, hello, Clarice. A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
So as you can see with him, once activated, he turns side to side just a little bit. It's more of a twitch from side to side. And on certain phrases, his eyes move down and his mask flips down at the end. A great animation, great audio as you heard. Just overall, I think Gemmy did an incredible job on this guy. Like I said, he's definitely my favorite in my collection. Probably my favorite animatronic of all time, just because of how, incredible... they just did an incredible job on him, in 2008. Wow, I believe his original retail was $250, but don't quote me on that, which is a little bit of a hefty price. But for the quality that you get, I definitely think it would have been worth it back then. Of course, now you can't find them very often, and when you do, it's usually for a pretty hefty price. I know there are a lot on eBay that go for $500, $600, $700, which is ridiculous. I actually got this as a birthday present. A bunch of my family members pitched in a little bit of money, and they all kind of combined their money to get me this, which is awesome. Thank you guys so much. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye.